Hello friends, welcome back to a new episode of Noobs in Disguise, the show where we guess the MMR of these send-in replays. And today we have a Terran versus Zerg on a new map, on the new patch. As always, I'm joined by Lambo, and we're gonna figure it all out, aren't we?
Well, one way or another we are. once you tell us the exact MMR. Before that, usually we don't.
Yeah, we'll know the correct MMR at the end of the replay after we reveal the true numbers. That's true. So far, though, this is looking just stellar, isn't it? This is as stellar as it gets. Look at this. A drone that's a bit too early, maybe, but it's just chilling. Gets that hatchery down at 300 minerals exactly. A barracks that is well timed. A refinery that is well timed. This is as clean as it gets, Lambo.
Yeah, this is beautiful. I also always have my drone too early at the bottom, even if I play against Terran, because I just play so much against Protoss that it's muscle memory. You set the drone exactly down at that timing. Make sure to check for the pylon block, and then you realize it's against a Terran. I do this even in tournament games, where you would think I would know the harassment of my opponent, but...
That's beautiful. I sometimes have it in tournament games as well, where for some reason I just open, the top right screen to see what race my opponent is. And I'm like, right, this is a tournament game. I'm playing against Cyril. My probe should have been down right now building the pylons. Like, well. It is what it is. So we have a normal timed SCV scout post barrack. That means it's going to arrive on time on the other side of the map to see what's going on. And we'll just see a standard hatchery timing. So... really nothing weird happening, except I guess the weird thing here is that everything is standard, because usually that's not the case.
That is usually not the case, yeah. The Terran also blocking the third base, which I like, probably copying from his favorite pro gamer, Clem, because when I check his main base command center, it is the little polar bear, which I think is from Team Lem, so this is a first hint that I'm going to give you as well for the sake of fairness.
That's true.
So yeah, the one little hint there, so it's a Clem fanboy at the very least. Or it's Clem. We'll see about that. I doubt Clem is sending in replays here, but...
You never know. Never know. He's pretty decent control, though. I'm not gonna lie. Just opening the APM tab as well. It's like, This is not looking too bad here. Mirror Mark is truly showing his true colors. Look at that. Blocking that thing, sending it back. That CC went down at a proper timing during the Reaper micro as well. Like, that is not normal.
That's already too much for our faces. So.
Yeah. No, it is, though. Like, I'm always a little bit late with that CC if I'm microing the Reaper this hardcore.
The micro is good. Oh my god, the micro is good here as well.
I mean...
It's actually Clem.
Yeah, I think sometimes this is just actually... There's no way, no?
Wait. Who sent the replay? No, I don't think it's Clem, but we will see. I mean, what the hell is this Reaper? Who sent the replay in the Terran? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, this is a very, very solid start. And the control is just... It's so sick, and he's not dropping the ball at all here. And look at how it moves as well with the weird stutter. He's gonna sacrifice the Reaper or the Hellions, tries to go in, does retreat. This is not necessarily a bad move. High-level players do this all the time. And he actually managed to save the cars as well, which is honestly fairly impressive. He's also playing, honestly, a Clem favorite build. 4 cars into some 2-on-1 action.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think this move actually is bad in the context of things because he's already ahead. He blocked the third base. It was very annoying. He blocked the tumor. Then he runs in and he knows the Zerg went 6 Zerglings. So 5 Zerglings were still left. I do think that's objectively a bad move, but Clem does that all the time. So it doesn't move without Clem whatsoever.
Lots of objectively bad moves by Clem.
No, this is his favorite. He does this when things go really well. When he feels like he's outplaying his opponent, he feels himself, and then he runs in the cars.
His favorite objectively bad move.
Yeah. There's no way you can tell me there's 5 links and 2 queens and he runs past them with 2 hellions. It's a good move.
Yeah.
He's already ahead.
It's gonna be hard to convince you of that. Yeah. Did send the cars back to repair them. Double eBay behind us. The medevac start on time. The heli rotations are very good as well. I mean, who is the Zerg then?
I don't know. The Zerg look a little bit more sloppy. The Zerg patrol the Zerglings, which I don't do, so it's not me. I can give you that hint as well.
And surely, as the new patch has only been like a week old, you would remember this game, no?
I would.
Yeah.
I would also tell you. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't tell you because that would make for a shit video. But so, but it is not me. It is not me.
All right, that's good. 1-1 is finished up here. It hasn't. It has started for the Zerg. It's gonna start now for the Terran player as well. Once we have the double medevacs popping out. Hellions still roaming around getting random creep tumors. Zerg also every now and again going up to like the 800 APM. And the average APM for the Terran has been 345, for the Zerg 355. So it's not really a, what do you call it, a rapid fire abuser, or like the quick repeat rate abusing by the Zerg, no?
I think every Zerg abuses it. So I don't exactly know as Cam goes or Mirror Mac goes in here. And snipes a queen. I mean, we have an actual real game to cast now.
Yeah, it's gonna be moving to the left a little bit. It's just gonna be pissing off, and maybe try to go to the main. No, it's just gonna drop off further back, and the next two medevacs are most likely gonna try and go towards the top side. Don't forget, this map has the feature of the rocks and the mineral patches near the natural of the Zerg player. This is something that I've seen abused quite a bit by tanks already. Do you think Zergs need to mine out these patches and clear the rocks ASAP?
I don't think so. I think it's too far away from relevant spots. I don't think it's actually that important. I prefer having the Marines not be able to walk into my base that close to my natural.
Understood. Okay, so you keep it open as kind of like a barrier here. As Mirror Mark has the two medevacs still alive, picking them up rapidly. Not missing a beat on the macro either. The second factory has pretty much finished up. You get the drilling claws. That is now about 30% done, 35% done. Going into the Adrax follow-up. This is all looking extremely standard. As the Zerg is trying to chase these medevacs away. Not taking that much damage. This is not a terrible early game. The creep spread is looking pretty stellar as well here. You get a snipe on one of those banelings as all Marines pick up. And I'm liking this game so far.
Yeah, me too. I mean, this is looking to be the highest level game for sure that we've casted so far on this channel. As
you saw that blunder?
Lost a full medevac.
Yeah.
No, I was watching the top, but yeah, I saw that there is only one medevac trying to fly home. So that's a mistake here from Mirror Mark.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, the Zerg has a nice setup. Mirror Mark also went for the safe approach, where he does go for a couple of tanks before he starts going straight into the Widow Mines. And that's usually what Pure Link Bane is good against, especially early on. You have an X amount of units, which you can use for run-bys. Not maybe recommended against the way Mirror Mark has been playing so far with 3 tanks at home. So yeah, he can just have an easy time chasing back those medevacs and establishing map control with crew spread.
For sure. As we have the Hive now on the way. Pneumatized Carapace. 2-2, about to finish up for a Zerg player. Do you feel like we're gonna see some type of 2-2 timing here, or no shot?
I wouldn't hate it, honestly. I think 2-2 timing, even if it's like a with 2-2 timed massive run by at the fourth base, trying to bust the planetary before the Terran has 4-4, and then you can try to time a run by at the same time toward the natural, or trying to kill off the tanks. I don't think it's a bad move. You need to do something on this map because you're limited to 6 bases overall. There's no way ever you're taking a base from the Terran, which is what you usually do. On this map, it's just not happening. So you need to either trade effectively or kill Terran before he gets his 6 bases mined out. And since you usually don't trade effectively against Terran, you do have to attempt to kill them. You can still do that later though, so I don't hate the way he's been playing so far, the Zerg. That is, as he is trying to defend his 6th base here. Good Widow Mine shot. Love the new little laser from the Widow Mines. Doesn't really make the microing too much easier against it with Zerglings because they're all in a clump, but sometimes it definitely does help.
Yeah. I know that as well with the Zealots especially. It's much easier, as this is going to be a pickup here for Mirror Mark. The mine in the back is not going to get a big hit. 2 links were sent in forward to tank that shot. As we see a couple of Marines trying to drop on top of the Banes. The army on top is going to get reinforced here. Couple of Marauders, a mine here and there. First 2 Vipers are now on the way. We have continuous dropping back and forth. And, actually Mirror Mark is going to commit to the main. No, Gonna just commit to this little low ground. We'll need to be forced to pick up. Tries to drop into a spore. That won't work, as this is going to get cleaned up over here. And honestly, a very close game still.
Yeah, very close game still. It's very low committal what Mirror Mark is doing. He never moved out with the tanks, and he always only moves out with as many units as he can still load up. And since there's no mobile anti-air, he should theoretically always save his units if he pays attention, which he's making hard on himself because he always fights on so many places at the same time. Good Widow Mine hits there. Overall good fight, I would say, for the Terran.
Yeah. Most definitely. Very powerful fight here for Mark. As he's gonna burrow a couple more mines. Don't forget that in the new patch, majority of the time these mines are gonna get cleaned up until Drilling Claws has been researched. That's of course already the case now. So overseers are a necessity. Tank in the back is going to give a little bit of coverage here in case Mirror Mark needs to kite all the way back home. The leftover mines now are gonna get cleaned up. The Bane count is still honestly surprisingly decent after that battle. As Viper's coming in with a flank. Good splits here on the medevacs as well. As I think this needs to be a pickup, and it is going to be a pickup. Mirror Mark, however, will get pushed back off the map. But good trades, no? I feel like despite Mirror Mark needing to kind of re-establish himself, it feels very solid. Cleared a bunch of creep, cleared his opponent's bank, and now is already transitioning into Ghost.
Yeah, I think until the last Widow Mine hit, the very last Widow Mine hit, after everything was loaded up, where the Zerg bunched up his units to where the Marines and Marauders were initially standing on, it was actually a decent fight for the Zerg, as this one definitely is not. The Zerg has 3-3 earlier than the Terran, but for now it's 2-2 against 2-2, and these trades are getting better and better for the Terran. And honestly, once the Terran gets this 5th base, the Zerg needs to do something. But for now he's just trying to survive, trying to force Mirror Mark back toward his side of the map, which is his main objective for now, then max out, and I assume the next step would be attacking. But the way this is going, it doesn't look like he's going to be attacking anytime soon.
Yeah, Zerg's trying to go for a bit of a flank right now. Not entirely working out. It didn't have enough links. He's still going to manage to push this back at least a little bit. Big pickup here. Lots of medevacs, by the way. That's 12 medevacs. A lot of them fairly far in the red or in the orange. 2 Vipers are still available on the map. They're gathering energy right now. We have the first 2 Ultralisks coming out as well. So the Zerg is actually pouncing on top of this army. Mines trying to burrow. Will not get any connections. And this felt somewhat okay. Managed to deny this base for a little bit longer. I hope the Vipers are going to show up soon, because they could maybe take out some of these medevacs.
Yeah. I mean, great micro also from the Zerg. Very often he micros away the units that are exactly targeted by the Widow Mine. And very often he also focus fires the Widow Mines, and he kills them right before they are getting their shot off. So the last minute or so were pretty well handled by the Zerg player, who is now doing exactly what I thought he was going to do, because you just have to punish the Terran at some point, and at this point there's no Widow Mines here, at least I can't see any. And the one medevac is killing a lot of his friends by staying in the flock together, bunched up as a parasitic bomb. It was on only one medevac, but he got a lot of kills there. And Mirror Mark is forced back, even loses his 4th command center, the planetary goes down, and he will clear up this army, I think, at some point. Actually, for now he's still running backwards.
Yeah, Marauders being taken out. 1 new Ultra comes in as well. Liberators might just save the day. The tank from earlier is still around as well. It's definitely going to help out in stabilizing. Mirror Mark is resetting his aspirations right now, saying, hey, you know what? That 5th base looks pretty okay for me to take, and we can get that 6th base later. As you mentioned before, it's not like Crimson Glass can do anything about that. Crimson Glass cannot just take that base, and eventually, I think Mark is just going to take it. Like, it's so close by, it's kind of rampy. If you're maxed out with a decent chunk of Liberators and Mines, life's going to be okay. Overall, the resources lost in favor here of our Terran player by about 6,000 already. And if you're going to continue down this road, it's going to be not a good road to continue down for the Zerg. As Zerg is actually going to catch a lot of these, well, semi-reinforcements here towards that bottom position. Liberators need to reset their liberation zones. Lynx now trying to hit the right side. We'll take out a bunch of these Marines and Marauders. At the same time hitting a mineral line here. Tank is potentially going to fall. With 18 kills, it does go down. But that 6th base, once again, is being set up. Mines trying to target these Vipers. Will not one-shot it, of course. Do damage it by quite a bit. As the first Corruptor's now on the way as well. Do you like the Corruptor transition here for the Libs?
Yeah, I think it is necessary. I do think you need some form of anti-air, and I don't think you can go Hydras from here. Unupgraded Hydras get Hydra upgrades. I think that time has passed, so I do think the Corruptor transition is necessary. I would like to see some Infestors maybe also mixed in. And then it's go time again. I like that Mirmark is now taking it slower. He realizes, okay, I just need to play for the efficiency game and a lot more defensive, right? I think the reason why the Zerg did well there is because Mirmark kept fighting and losing all of his Widow Mines, and he didn't quite wait to bunch up his units and make sure he has AoE within the army, and then took a disastrous engagement, which gave the Zerg a chance here to actually win the game on a map that is usually not very good for Zerg.
Yeah. Oh, Zerg's gonna commit here on top of the ramp. Lynx moving in forward. We see no real big Widow Mine hits, which is actually a pretty big deal. Whereas the Banelings does stay alive. Ultra's targeting down that planetary. No real repair on it quite yet. Now the SCVs come in. Perhaps these Corruptors can help out with some peeing on it. There we go. It's being used. Banelings jump in to save the day. Supply for the Zerg at 174 against 148. Army supplies extremely close. Quite some of that supply here is in the Corruptors as well.
But the Terran army does not look like an army that's supposed to be pushing forward, as he gets a lot of good snipes. Oh my god, the medevac dies and GG is called. Crimson Glass takes it. Almost surprisingly, given that Clem sent in the replay.
It is surprising. I can't believe Clem, and on Ghost River as well. That's kind of embarrassing for him. This can't have been an easy send at all.
That is, I mean, I was convinced he was gonna win the game.
Yeah, me too.
But I saw the last army push forward, and I was like, you're not supposed to push with this army. I'm pretty sure.
But he did anyway. All right. Well, now all we need to really do is try and figure out what Clem's MMR is without Googling.
No, it has to be at the moment. Well, we can't Google it now. It has to be at the moment he sent it in, right?
A week ago. Okay, I mean, it's my turn to start, right?
Well, we write it down, but we can talk about our thought process. We can also talk about what you think the second player is.
Hey, the second player is very good. I don't think there's many people that can play this long against Clem. So
yeah,
it's Cyril or Rainer, right? That's it.
Yes.
It's it. I didn't count the characters, and it might be on a barcode.
It's a barcode for sure. It's too many characters.
Yeah.
I already checked for Sipizuzi.
Yeah. So it
could be both.
It could be both. I feel like just based on the creep spread, maybe Rainer, but I think this is like one of these things that might not actually be true. In my mind, Rainer has better creep spread than Cyril. I think that's true, right?
I agree with that, but you have to remember that I'm looking at the end screen right now, and there's like 5 tumors forward, and it almost covers the entire map. It's kind of a map feature. That the creep looks insane.
All right, I got the MMR guess. It's gonna be
me too.
6,931.
6,935. I put 7,052. I played a lot against Clem on the ladder. Yeah, the question is at what exact timing he sent it in. He definitely was above 7k for most, I think, of the last week. Also was below sometimes. I just love that he sent a replay, by the way. Thank you very much, Clem.
Yeah.
I hope you're having a fun time watching us flame your Helene run by and losing on Ghost River.
All right.
I do appreciate it.
It was Clem with 7,003 MMR, and the opponent was Cyril, a Zerg player with 6,992 MMR for the people that don't know him. So very high up on the ladder. Strong player as well.
Strong player. Might win something someday.
Maybe one day, but not for now. Congratulations to you, as you're just a little bit closer. But I don't think this one's gonna make a big difference in the end score.
It was not, but it was a great replay. It was actually fun to watch. I had no idea who was gonna win. It was some constant action.
Exciting till the end.
You know, I always get super happy when I see the early game go properly because for me those games get more exciting. And then once I saw the Reaper, I was very
the Reaper
excited.
was not okay. The Reaper was not okay. It's because these moves are not possible by lower level players, and if they were, it would be the only thing they're doing. Once that third CC went down on the dot, pretty much, it's like, okay, this guy's at least 6.2, 6.3. And you look at the control, it's 6.8. There's only 2 Terrans that can do that in Europe.
Yeah. It could have only been Kalazar or Clem right after the Reaper already.
Yeah.
And then once he does Clem does the stutter step a little bit more, where he does hold position. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks trademarky. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for
All right.
sure.
It's going to be it for this episode of Noobs in Disguise. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, but subscribe to the channel. Check out the other videos as well. And bye-bye.